class. This is Chapter 2 of Hank the Cowdog. This is Chapter 2, Part 2. Hank, leave the cat alone. I stopped and stared at him. Leave the cat alone? Pete grinned and walked off, purring and switching the tip of his tail back and forth. I could have killed him. I whined and wagged my tail and went over the gate where Loper could see my nose. He looked up at the sky and took a drink of coffee, swatted at a mosquito on his arm, and looked up at the clouds again. I whined louder and I jumped on the gate so he couldn't miss seeing old Hank, his loyal friend and protector of the ranch, had been wounded in the line of duty. Don't jump on the gate, he yawned, and went back into the house. 20 minutes later, he came out, again dressed for the day's work. I had waited patiently. My nose was really pounding by this time, but I didn't complain. When he came out the gate, I jumped up to greet him. Do you know what he said? Hank, you stink. Have you been in the sewer again? And then he walked down to the corral and didn't even see the quills in my nose. At last he saw them. We were down at the corral and he shook his head and muttered, Hank, when are you going to learn about porcupines? How many times do we have to go through this? Drover never gets quills in his nose. Well, Drover is a little chicken and Loper just doesn't understand. Nobody understood. He got a pair of fencing pliers out of the saddle shed and he threw a leg lock on me and he started pulling. It hurt. Oh, it hurt. It felt like he was pulling off my whole nose, but I took it without a whimper. Well, maybe I whimpered a little, but we got her done. Loper rubbed me behind the ears. There, now try to stay away from porcupines. He stood up and started to dust off his jeans when he noticed the wet spot. His eyes came up and looked kind of wrathful. Did you do that? Well, I was well on my way to the tall timber when he threw the pliers at me. I couldn't help it. I didn't do it on purpose. The quills just got to hurting so bad that I had to let something go. Was it my fault that he had me in a leg lock and got in the way? Make one little mistake around this ranch and they nail you to the wall. I laid low for a while, hid in the post pile and nursed my nose. It was about 10 o'clock when Sally Mae discovered the murdered hen. Here is the picture from that chapter.